Imagine spending 100,000 years chasing a single goal, not for power, not for revenge, but because your own people, your own kind, tried to genocide you for daring to ask a question. What if we could be more? Kaz didn't want to conquer the world. He wanted to transcend it. And when he finally succeeded, when he became the most perfect living being to ever exist on this planet, he lost absolutely everything in the span of a few minutes. This is the story of JoJo's most tragic villain, and why his ending is far darker than most people realize. Section 1. Who is Kaz? Kaz is one of the Pillar Men, an ancient humanoid species that predates recorded human history. In the JoJo universe, the Pillar Men are established as the apex predators of their time. Superhuman strength, the ability to manipulate their body at a cellular level, and a lifespan that dwarfs entire civilizations. But even among his own kind, Kaz stood apart. He was the one who created the stone masks, artifacts designed to push Pillar Men beyond their biological limits by stimulating specific points in the brain. His scientific mind was centuries ahead of anyone around him. And his goal? The red stone of Aja. When combined with the stone mask and exposed to sunlight, it would eliminate the Pillar Men's only weakness, UV light, and trigger a transformation into the ultimate life form. Here's what most people miss. Kaz wasn't driven by ego. He was driven by survival. His own people, the other Pillar Men, executed his family and hunted him because they feared where his ambition would lead. He's been on the run and on a mission for over 100,000 years before we ever meet him in battle tendency. Section 2. The Transformation. When Kaz finally achieves his goal in battle tendency, the transformation is overwhelming, even by JoJo standards. After absorbing the red stone of Aja during his fight with Joseph Joestar, Kaz becomes the ultimate life form. What does that actually mean in concrete terms? His DNA becomes a perfect synthesis of every living creature on Earth. He can replicate the biological traits of any animal. Squirrel wings for flight, shark skin for durability, piranha teeth, poison from any species. His cells regenerate faster than they can be destroyed. He becomes immune to sunlight. His intelligence surpasses any human. He essentially cannot be killed by conventional means. Araki didn't just make Kaz strong, he made him complete. In biological terms, Kaz represents the theoretical endpoint of evolution. Every living thing on Earth is a stepping stone that he has now absorbed and surpassed. And for one brief moment, Kaz feels it. He feels what 100,000 years of struggle was for. I have become perfect. Section 3. The Defeat and the Real Tragedy. Here's where it gets devastating. Joseph Joestar defeats Kaz not through power, he could never match him, but through luck and circumstance. Kaz is launched into space by a volcanic eruption triggered accidentally during their fight. In the vacuum of space with no atmosphere and no way to return, Kaz tries to adapt, and this is the part that hits different when you actually think about it. Kaz, the ultimate life form, tries to evolve a way to survive in space. He tries to grow thrusters, wings, anything, but space isn't an environment, it's nothing. There's nothing to adapt to. His biology, as perfect as it is, was built for life on Earth, and there is no biological solution to the void, so his body does the only thing it can. It stops trying. Kaz freezes, literally and figuratively. His cellular activity slows to near zero to preserve energy. He drifts through space, alive, conscious, unable to die, with absolutely nothing to do and nowhere to go. And then, according to the narration at the end of Battle Tendency, eventually he stopped thinking. That line, that single line, is one of the most brutal endings in shonen history. Not because Kaz died, because he didn't. He exists, perfectly preserved, in eternal sensory deprivation. The most intelligent being ever to live, reduced to a frozen, drifting object in the dark. He achieved his goal, he became perfect, and perfection, it turns out, couldn't save him from a volcano and bad timing. Section 4. Why this matters. Kaz's arc is Araki asking a question that most shonen never bother with. What happens after you win? Every villain in fiction wants something. Most of them fail before they get it, and that's where the story ends. Kaz is different because he succeeds. He reaches the finish line, and the finish line means nothing. There's a philosophical concept called the arrival fallacy, the false belief that achieving a goal will bring lasting fulfillment. Kaz is the most extreme fictional example of this. He spent 100,000 years in pursuit of perfection. And perfection lasted about 4 minutes before Joseph Joestar accidentally yeeted him into orbit. There's also something worth noting about Kaz's isolation. He spent his entire life as an outcast, hunted by his own people, in conflict with humanity, alone in his ambition. When he finally becomes the ultimate life form, he has no one to share it with. The Pillar Men are dead. His enemies defeated him. He is the last of his kind, perfectly alone for eternity. Kaz is not JoJo's most powerful villain. He's not the most complex, but he might be the most tragic. A genius born into the wrong time, among the wrong people, chasing the wrong definition of victory. He wanted to be perfect so that nothing could hurt him anymore, and instead, he got an eternity of silence. If you want more deep dives into JoJo's most underrated characters and moments, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from. And if you think Kaz's ending was actually the worst fate in JoJo, drop it in the comments, because I have some thoughts on that too.